Elmondom, nem féltem.
Van straight is.
Megvan? Neked is?
Megvan.
Na, akkor jó. Ja, osztálytársam majd videó. Kocsiba cidázik valakit, meg hátulra verik neki közben.
Ez teljesen jó, hogy ezt is felvettem.
Már így?
Képet mindjárt elvitem.
Ott kisípolod, nem meg.
Ja.
A live-ba? Hogy? Azt meséld már nekem. Visszafele.
Ebből akkor lesz meg a live.
Szedő faszom.
Mindegy.
Jó, nem csoda intro.
Ja, mindjárt jövök.
Közben egy ilyen végül lesz közelet.
We're looking at some very disturbing live footage here, and we got unconfirmed reports this morning that no enemy in the area. Weapons are cold.
Nézzük mi a tutorial.
If it isn't our latest West Point prodigy, I'm Master Sergeant Watson, and I'll be in charge of your training. This is the National Training Center, where you will be finalizing your officer training. At West Point, they taught you how to be an officer. Here, we're gonna teach you how to fight.
Elméletileg ez valami
We'll start out with the
stratégiai.
control of the battlefield camera. You use the WASD keys to move the camera. So why don't you show me some of those West Point skills by moving the camera around for a bit. Press the A key to move the camera to the left. Good. Now press the W key to move the camera forward. Good work. Press the D key to move the camera to the right. Excellent. Now press the S key to move the camera backwards. Well, what do you know? Seems they do teach you some useful stuff at West Point after all. Next up is camera panning and tilting. You do this by moving the mouse cursor to the edge of the screen. Let's start by panning the camera to the left. Do this now. Excellent. Go ahead and move the mouse cursor to the right edge of the screen to pan to the right. Good job. Now move the mouse cursor to the top edge of the screen to pan upwards. Great. Last but not least, move the mouse cursor to the bottom edge of the screen to pan downwards. If you really want to stretch your legs, we have a function called mouse look that allows you to look freely around the battlefield. To activate this, you press and hold the middle mouse button.
Last week for what we did. Sorry, I couldn't take the heat for that one, man.
Well done, sir. Now let's get down for a closer look at the terrain. You can move the camera closer to the ground by using the mouse scroll wheel. Try this now.
Az most mit szeretne? Nem figyeltem.
Good. Now try moving the camera away from the ground. Now I'll show you something my platoon sergeant in the A. Shaw Valley taught me many years ago. The mini-map. This gives you an excellent top-down view of the battlefield, allowing you to quickly move to a specific position. By clicking the left mouse button on the mini-map, You can instantly move the camera to that location. Impressive. We have just one more thing, and then we're done for the day. See that red circle? Show me what you've learned by moving the camera through it. Good. Now move on to the next one. Good. Now move on to the next one.
Yeah.
Good. Now move on to the next one. Keep this up, we'll get you shipped to Europe in no time. I hear they have a real shortage of junior officers there.
Jó, remélem nincsen túl sok részennyi.
You got more spunk than most of the West Point pukes we get sent out here, I'll give you that. Let's see how you handle this next lesson.
Keci, milyen fegyverzetek vannak.
I'm gonna give you command of a Humvee. To issue orders to it, you have to select it first. And to do that, you left click on it with your mouse. If you want to select multiple units at the same time, you can create a selection box by clicking and holding the left mouse button and then drag the box around the units you want to select.
Jó, van már intro.
Now with the Humvee selected, you can start ordering it around. To issue a move order, select the Humvee and then right-click in the world where you want it to go. Good. Now I'm gonna teach you about transports. For this part of the exercise, I'll give you command of an infantry squad along with the Humvee. Select the infantry squad and order the soldiers to enter the Humvee by right-clicking on the Humvee.
Ready for duty. Entering transport. Everyone's aboard.
Good. Now, since the infantry squad is inside the Humvee, you can no longer issue orders to them. However, you can move the Humvee around as usual. To unload the infantry squad, simply select the Humvee and click the unload button on the order pallet. Try that now.
Humvee unload.
Want a fast transport somewhere, sir?
Well done. Now let's move on to combat. Not for real, though. This is a simulated exercise and the Op-4 will be your enemy. I hope you didn't wet your pants there. To tell a unit to attack,
Infantry good to go. Entering combat. Infantry's dead, sir. That's one defeated hostile.
That's the spirit, sir. They'll fear you in Germany. To really be all you can be in urban warfare, you need to make good use of the surrounding terrain. See that building over there? You can move your infantry squads inside to give them extra protection against enemy fire. Select your infantry squad and move the mouse cursor over to that building. The cursor changes to indicate that you can order your infantry squad inside. To do this, you select your infantry squad and right-click on the building. Do so now. Good. With your infantry squad inside the building, it becomes much harder for the enemy to spot you. And your men will also take less damage from incoming fire because of the cover that the building provides. Let's see what happens when this enemy vehicle tries to speed past your infantry squad.
Rábaszódott a mosógépem, geci.
Ez jó?
Ja, holnap szétszedem. Hát biztos, hogy valami szűrő problémája lehet. Azt olvastam legalábbis.
Op 4 barely got a shot off. Well done, sir. To audio squad to leave the building, select the building, and then right-click anywhere outside.
Szétszedem, kitakarítom a szűrőjét, azt jó napot.
Téték.
Mert én nem vagyok Cristiano.
És papírban van kint a túlsz.
Reporting in. Moving out.
Good job, sir. Remember to seek cover with your infantry whenever possible, since they're a lot more exposed than other units. Now let's talk a little about unit special abilities. They will undoubtedly save your life one day, so pay attention. For this next exercise, I'm giving you command of a Bradley infantry vehicle. Start by selecting the Bradley. Good. On your order palette, you can now see that the Bradley has two special abilities. One offensive ability and one defensive ability. The offensive ability will help you kill hostiles faster, and the defensive ability will help you increase your unit's survivability. All special abilities have a cooldown timer. This is the time it takes for the unit to reload the required munitions or catch their collective breaths. This means you'll have to use that think box of yours to decide when to use each ability. This Humvee will only take damage from your offensive ability, so don't bother shooting at it with the chain gun. To use an offensive special ability, you left-click the corresponding button. Do that now. Good. Now left-click on the Humvee to launch a tow missile at it.
Bradley infantry transport ready.
Not bad at all, sir. As you can see, that ability is now cooling down, and you will have to wait a certain time before a new missile can be fired. Some units also come with a defensive special ability. Your Bradley, for example, has a smoke screen that it can deploy to hide from other hostiles. It's deployed immediately when you left-click the corresponding button, so don't fire it prematurely. Most units have unique special abilities, so make sure that you learn how each one works. They are one of the main keys to gaining the upper hand on the battlefield. That's basically all you need to know about movement and combat.
Bazd meg! Együn egy!
Szegény.
Ok.
Szegény.
This up and you'll be graduating from here top of your class. Then you'll face the hard school of real combat. I'll see you tomorrow when we'll talk about command points and objectives.
Van egy killem és 8 pantam.
Kókeret. Jó, hogy ezért nem kaptam.
És a végig. Szindul.
Srácok, látom a VP-t.
Én is tudnám venni.
De inkább náról együtt. Igen, mert több pénzt kapsz, mint alapot költős testvét.
Jó, van egy lesz. Baszki van. Nem megy be.
The hospitals are undermanned and filled to capacity, and it's recommended that you bring any injured persons to either the Northwest Hospital or the Sacred Heart Medical Center. Citizens building barricades and shooting anyone coming there. The scale of the attack is still unclear at this point, but we will get you more detailed reports as soon as possible. Just unbelievable. I mean, we knew they meant trouble over in Europe, but what on earth are they doing here? Reports of heavy gunfire in the Kirkland area, as well as...
Nem van egy papír. Egy meg kanyar. Az meg papírkanyar.
Már a speciál volt.